just going to keep going straight on, and hopefully we can get through these roadworks no problem. We should be alright. Save us a lot of time if we do. And then we'll get the other side of that, and we'll cut you loose just before we get onto the A1M again through the other side of Leeds. So day 5, no smoking, by the way. I go through phases where I can just murder a cig, like, and this is right now one of them phases I can just do a cig now. I've still got a bit of a blocked nose actually, but it's getting better, but my breathing seems a lot better. It's going to take a couple of weeks for proper start clearing my system out. Now that wind's picking up again, can you hear that? Hear it? I just went winded down a couple of inches then, but yeah, it's picking up again, that wind. I'm just hoping it doesn't pick up too much because they might close the A66 off and then job's fucked. I think if they do that, you've got to then go up the hills and up the back roads and that, which is defining, he's defeating the object, isn't it? It's like the 66 is closed off to high-sided vehicles for wind, but they'll send you up on the back roads, up in fucking mountains and up on the hilltops over the other side of Barnard Castle, where it's going to be even more windier the higher up you go. You know what I mean? There is a back road goes up through there. I can't mind on which one it is, but it spits yet. I've been up it once before when there was a bad accident and we all got diverted up that way, just after Brough and before Kirby Stephen. You get sent off at Kirby Stephen, and I think you turn left and you go up through the hills, and it's the back road up through the hills. Takes you up and over the hilltops, and then it dropped us back down the other side of Barnard Castle. If I had to do, I could find it again, but I just followed the traffic like a sheep last time. There was a bad accident, somebody had got killed. I think they were coming out of Stainmore. Services, and a car had pulled out or something, or a truck had pulled out onto another truck, or I think it was a car that had pulled out onto a truck, and they were killed instantly. Well, they shut off fucking road off, didn't they? Both sides, I do believe. So they were fetching them off that way. I just followed the traffic. It's a bad road, is that A66 though. I mean, they are going to dual carriageway it all, aren't they? Plans are in process now. Apparently it's got the go ahead, but people keep saying, oh, get it on, you need it done now, let's get on with it. I think what you don't realise is it's not going to happen overnight. They're not going to do all that in a weekend. That's going to be an ongoing 10-year project. That's going to be ongoing for 10 years. That will cause chaos traffic-wise for 10 years, that. Cause absolute nightmare for 10 years. But it has to be done. It really does. I mean, I remember the A1 from Scotch Corner all the way down to the side of Leeds. Most of it used to be single carriageway. I remember the original A66 before the Temple Sowerby bypass as well, and all that. The A66 was all pretty much single carriageway, as a lot of it is now. But yeah, I remember the A1 from Scotch Corner, certainly from Catterick, because I used to be based at Catterick Garrison when I was in Thurby 20 odd years ago. You got on at Catterick Garrison going back to Wigan. You used to go A1 to Leeds, until we found an alternative route actually over from Catterick you go over the back, you turn up through Catterick Garrison and go over the back hills, and then you end up dropping down through the Yorkshire Dales, through Leyburn, was it Leyburn or something like that, through Leyburn, and then you drop down through the Yorkshire Dales, through Kettlewell and Grassington, and you got spat out onto the A59, and you turn right onto the A59 and come out through towards Clitheroe, Preston, that way on. I don't have time to get out, pal. Is he letting me? No, he's not going to let me. There's another truck now and decided he's not letting me out. I was just closing up on this guy. He had enough time to initially let me out, but he wouldn't let me. He must have thought he was committed, so it was bollocks to you, Borothea. Ah, it happens. I didn't want to come right out. I'm now closing right up on this thing again. I lost my momentum initially, so I'll have to come out now. I didn't want to just come out. I was indicating I didn't want to just come out because that truck was, I think he was committed and he decided he wasn't backing off, so he didn't back off and flash me. Because as soon as you back off that 2 mile an hour or something, you lose all your momentum and then you've got to build it up again, get past. And it is a bit windy. So now, nothing personal, just is what it is. Yeah, we found a way out through, I'd like to say Leyburn, I'm not sure. You come out through the back end of Catterick Garrison, you go up the hills, and then you turn left, and then you drop down and you go up and over the dales and that, and you drop down to a place called Kettlewell and Grassington. And then it spits you out in a roundabout, you turn right onto the A59, that'll take you all the way down through towards Clitheroe. And you come out the other side of Preston, jump on the M6 at Tickletrite Preston, go that way. Which was all good and well until winter time and ice, and you couldn't do it, so you had to go back the original route. Anyway, back the original route was come out of Catterick, jump onto fucking A1. Down to Leeds, pick up the M62, drop down the M62, Wigan. Well, all that A1 down there was all single carriageway. There was a couple of sections of dual carriageway, do you know what I mean? But the majority of it was all single carriageway. And every Friday there was accident after accident because people are getting impatient and trying to overtake on worst bits. There was always bad accidents. It was forever bloody closed, that road. And then they started doing the roadworks on it. They started doing the roadworks on the M62 from Leeds, all the way up the A1 there. And it was carnage. It was fucking roadworks galore, 50 mile an hour. And it was, they were at it for about 10 years. Then I'd left the army, and I hadn't been up that way for a good few years. And then I found myself going up to Catterick area one time for something or other. I was working for this specific company, and we had a job up there. Well, we had a job in Richmond actually. We went up the M62, and I thought, bloody hell, it's all changed. And now, looking at I come that way all bloody time now you wouldn't notice the difference, it just looks normal. Now here's where we normally have to split off here for the M18 and the 180 that way. We're just going to carry on this way and we'll hopefully get through this traffic no problem, but as I say, it's 5:20 now, we should be alright. But yeah, all them roadworks now, all gone, they've done it all, it's all 3-lane motorway and that, you wouldn't know any difference, it just looks normal. But for 10 years it was bloody chaotic all around here. And it'll only be the same with A66 when they start on with it proper. But future generations won't know any different, you know what I mean? It's what they have to do because there's just too much traffic on roads now. There's too much volumes of traffic on our UK roads. Well, I think worldwide. Selling cars is big business, isn't it? Right, Right, so we're just going to switch on now and get mindful, because we are going to be coming down from 2 lanes into 1 shortly, where we go over this. There's roadworks going on for the bridge on the opposite side of the carriageway, and it's about time they got on with it, because they've been at it for fucking months. But we will start filtering down into 1 lane of traffic shortly. The signs are coming up now for roadworks. It's not so bad, because they're normally queuing way before here now. So the roadworks are coming up in 1 mile. We should be alright. We should sail straight through this. But the opposite side will be on our side in a minute. Just 2 lanes. 1 coming towards and we're going away. Yeah, the opposite side traffic will all be spat onto our side in a bit. Just mindful. There's just traffic trickling past me now. Again, just mindful. There's stuff coming down Slip Road here. Just that one van. Just looking. There is something else, but it's a good distance away. Yeah, they're normally queuing for 3 or 4 miles either side, and it takes you 40 minutes to get through. It's just the fact that everybody has filtered out to 1 lane. We can't seem to filter in this country. When it comes to filtering, we don't know how to do it. We just create tailbacks of 6 miles either side, because nobody can seem to filter. In other countries, there would be no queues. It would just filter in, and it would just run smoothly. But over here in the UK, we don't know how to do that, so we just like forming a queue forever. So I'm just cautious now, because these are where your queues start from, because you do get people now. There's enough signs out here telling us to start filtering in, but you do get cars now coming right down to the last fucking minute and then just cutting in. Nobody knows how to start filtering in beforehand. So then it starts causing traffic later on when it's more busier, and that's where your queues start forming. Instead of merging in turn, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, 1 in, 1 out, like a zip, you know what I mean? They don't, they just all drive down to cones and then I want in, and they just start causing traffic. Well, that has a build-up effect then, and a knock-on effect. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 cars now coming to overtake me. Ideally, they should be filtering in around here, but they won't. They'll go right down to wire. Oh, there's one just gone in behind me. The other one's still coming though. Here comes Lorraine again. It's rife round here as well for fuel theft. All the way from Grantham, all the way up to Doncaster. Terrible for fuel theft round here. Speaking of fuel, we're 42% in. So we're alright. We're alright, lad, we're alright. I'm just thinking where I'm going to get breakfast. It's either going to be Penrith or Coneygarth. I'm getting a little bit hungry. I was up at 3:15 this morning. The time now is, like I say, just coming up at 5:25. It's getting right bloody windy as well here now, going over this bridge. Whoa, that way, lad. Whoa, that way. just wondering, have they actually finished that bridge now? Have they finished these roadworks? Because I've seen the signs for it, but I haven't seen any roadworks. We've come a mile now, and it said there's going to be roadworks in a mile. So I'm wondering whether they might have finished it and opened the bloody road back up again. They might have finished it, right? We've come a mile already, and we've not come into the roadworks yet. So they might have just bloody finished the thing. I don't know. So yeah, I'm getting a bit peckish now. I don't know if I'm going to stop at. With 2 hours 42 left on this drive, we may stop at Penrith, get breakfast at Penrith truck stop, or we may stop at Coneygarth. I don't know yet. I do want to be getting on. I want to try and get on as much as I can, because this place I'm going to, I have a funny feeling that they're not going to be working late today. It's Mad Friday, isn't it? So I don't think they're going to be working late today, and I think there'll be quite a lot of people here waiting to get tipped and reloaded. So I want to get up there handy. Get in, get away, get back to the yard, get parked up, get home. Wakefield, wakey wakey, Wakefield. Seen these roadworks yet. Well, I'm wondering whether they're still here. I don't come through them regular. If it's later on in day, it's not worth queuing up, so I tend to avoid it. I have been going down the M1 to the side of Sheffield and picking up the 18, coming down the 18, then coming off the other side of Live Services, or down to Ferrybridge Services, down the 62, cut across the 180, again back round the other side of Life. Traffic looks like it's getting heavier up ahead there, so I've got a feeling that tonight's gonna be a good night. No, I think it is up here, these roadworks. I think they will still be on. Would you want to live in them houses there on that side? There's a housing estate there right outside of bloody A1. I wouldn't fancy it personally. Yeah, 3 miles, it will be up here. This is it, queue's likely. Traffic looks like it is getting heavier up there as well, so we might just be alright. Woolad way, yeah, reverse to bridge, it is up here. I thought it was back there. I've not been up and down this way regular since they've been doing it. I've been trying to avoid it. It's only if it's early on in the morning or later on at night I'll come through. 9 times out of 10 when it's normal daytime, it's a fucking pain in the arse. You're queuing, honestly, for bloody ages. So I've tended to avoid it for, well over, it's been going on for well over 6 months now, hasn't it? But they're working on the bridge on the opposite side. I don't know what they're doing. Are they replacing the thing? I don't know, but they've been on with it for a bloody long time. And you get somewhere like Japan or China or something, they can have an entire bridge taken down and replaced in a weekend. Do you know what I mean? Whereas here, it takes us a year. They can build a 5-mile bridge across a fucking across a river or an estuary in Japan in a weekend. Here it takes them, it'd take years. Just mindful of this car. I can't go out, there's a truck coming alongside of it. There we go, just coming into 50. Roadworks are up ahead, started. We should, like I say, have traffic on our side at Carriageway as well. Shortly. It's coming from 50 to 40. We might sail through this, alright. No, they're normally queuing for 3-4 mile back there. Now, personally, if I was one of these cars, I'd be filtering in now. But you get them coming right down to the fucking wire, and that's what starts causing traffic. Fuck you up in a bit. There's enough signs out here saying there's a lane closure in 200 yards. I would have been filtering in from 600. There's one coming down at the side of us here. He's going to come right down to the wire. They'll come right down to the bloody cones and halfway across until there's no more lane left from. There's one here, it's just coming now at the back of me. He's right down to the wire. Coming at the side of a truck, trying to bully his way through the truck. Truck's actually fucked him off and made him slow down. Well, that's what starts causing. Because if you get 4 or 5 cars like that, it's a traffic jam then, isn't it? I'm wondering whether they're doing both sides of the bridge, because they were working on that side across there, because this opposite traffic was coming down our way. So I wonder whether they've done that side of the bridge and then they'll focus on this side of the bloody bridge after. I don't know. They've been on with it for a good 6 months plus now. Bridge and Kirk Linton, I think it's called. Kirk Smeaton even, not Kirk Linton. Kirk Smeaton. Smeaton, Cook, Smiton, Cook, Small. Yes, I probably won't speak to you again now the rest of today, so this will be probably our last video before Christmas. So I hope you enjoyed this particular one. I know we've rambled on a bit about shite and nothingness in particular and all things that are this, that and t'other, but it's just what we do, innit? You know what I mean? It's just what I do. Yeah, so they have been working, like I say, on that side. That side of the bridge, but obviously it's a big bloody bridge, so are they going to then do this side of the bridge, in which case it'll be another bloody 6 months, do you know what I mean? You'd think so, wouldn't you? Well, we're going to clear this bridge now, we're going to find somewhere to park up. I'm tempted, I don't know whether just run it into Wetherby services for get breakfast and then just crack on from there, because I've still got 2.5 hours to run at yet. I want to get on to Silloth. I'm not going to make Silloth in one hit from here, but I want to get on to Silloth without having to take too much time off, because either way I'm going to need a 45-minute bloody break. I might just run clock out and then take me 45 minutes, in which case it's going to be up towards Penrith before we stop it. But I'm getting hungry now. I don't know whether just take 15 minutes and then take the half an hour later on. If I take 15 minutes I can pull into somewhere like Wetherby or something, just get a Greggs and then crack on again. So I'm getting hungry. Because I've been up since fucking 3:15. I'm not one of these what wants to eat straight away as I get up me. I have to have a minute come round first. Well, I've had over 2 hours come round now, so I'm ready for breakfast. So yeah, we'll look at throwing this in somewhere quickly just to say ta-ra to you. Ta-ra to you, ta-ra, ta-ra, ta-riddly, ta-tido. And then we'll crack on again. Whatever you've got planned, I hope you have a good Christmas and all that shite. I'm not really one for Christmas, mate, I must admit. I never have been, but I'm a married man now. What's this? Junction M62, closed due to accident. Well, we're not going on 62, so we should be alright. Just mindful, just get him over, this truck's going to go out. Yeah, I've never really been one for Christmas, mate. It's not really been my thing. I don't believe in it all. I think it's just a load of commercial bollocks, you know what I mean? It's a money spinner. I think somewhere along the line, I'm not religious anyway, but somewhere along the line the message of Christmas has been lost. From the story of Bethlehem and the nativity play and all that shit. And now it's just all about greed and money and consuming shit you don't need. I don't mean me a bloody a Scrooge or anything. I've never bought into Christmas for years. Obviously I'm married now and I'm in a steady relationship with my wife and she's Christmas mad, so I have to do all the Christmas crap, you know what I mean? I'd rather not, but I have to do. But if you're into all that shit, then whatever you have planned, have a good one. I hope you have a lovely time. But one thing what does my head in about Christmas is when people start fucking harking on about, you know, you start seeing the adverts on the telly and on the radio at Christmas about people who's on their own, go make sure they're alright, you know, they're on their own. They're on their own. Go round and knock on, see if they're alright on Christmas Day. And it's people posted on social media as well, on Facebook and that bollocks. It gives them a clear conscience that it's Christmas Day, we've been round and we've made sure Jean's alright next door. You've never been and knocked on Jean's fucking door all year round, so why knock on at Christmas Day? Do you know what I mean? If you're gonna look out for your neighbours, then look out for them all year round. Knock on at least once a week, make sure they're alright. Don't just leave it till Christmas Day and then be guilt tripped into doing it. Do you know what I mean? So I think there's a lot of hypocrisy in all that shit. Christmas is just another day. If somebody's going to be lonely and they're depressed, then you're guaranteed they're going to be fucking lonely and depressed all year. At Christmas Day they might get even more lonely, I don't know, but I just find there's a lot of hypocrisy in it personally. But that's just my views, and what do I know? I know nothing, do you know what I mean? I'm just a moaning old bastard as I'm getting older, aren't I? No, if you buy into all that Christmas shit, then fair play to you, every credit to you. I hope you have a good one, I really do. I genuinely do. Now, I won't pass this tanker. Just mindful of my speed, because we keep creeping up. But he's speeds on and off more times than a new bride's fucking night in this tanker here. So again, I've passed Ferry Bridge. I'm probably going to throw this into Wetherby. I'm just going to take 15 minutes. Just get myself something to eat. Because otherwise I've got to take 45 at Cornigarth, and I've still got 2 hours and 27 minutes to play at. So I can get halfway down the A66 on that before I have to take a proper break. So if I throw this into Wetherby now and I'll go and get a Greggs or something, have 15 minutes, crack back on. I'll have half an hour on the A66, and then I can just fire off with 4.5 hours to run at, get to Silloth, get tipped, get out the other side and get back to the frigging yard. Whereas I don't have to stop for another 45 on the way back to the yard, you know what I mean? That's my reckoning anyway. That's what we're going to do. So we've not a million miles up here. We're pulling them into Ferry Bridge, pal, and I'll cut you loose. I'll get a Greggs. Go for a piss. Get a Greggs, another coffee, we'll crack on. That should take 15 minutes. Which will work out nice actually. My nose is still blocked but running at the same time. How does that work? I think it'll take a week or so to clear all shit out of my system. We're not smoking, but it seemed to be working alright on Monday, and then Tuesday when I got up I were all bunged up again. Full of shite. But I think it'll take a couple of weeks for to clear my system, won't it? My breathing does feel better, and I'm not rasping all the time, you know what I mean? I'm sounding like an old deflated bagpipe when I'm in bed at night time, wheezing. That's what I sounded like at times when I was breathing. When I was laid down at night time. But I mean, here, I've smoked me proper smoke since I was 13 years old. I'm now 48. 35 years of smoking, innit? Do you know what I mean? I've never stopped, I've never proper stopped, I've proper smoked. I've been on about 10 to 15 cigs a day since I was 13. I don't know where I found the fucking money from at 13, but you got by, didn't you? You buy 10 cigs somehow. I've always been a 10 a day man, really. Then these last few years I've gone from between 10 to 15, and certainly these last 2 years I've gone from 15 to 20, and I think it's that 15 to 20 what's put me a bit too far. I mean, some people smoke 40 a day. That's a lot of fucking cigarettes. That is constantly smoking a cig, innit? I smoked Rollies for years, about 8 years, because I thought the cigs was going up too much. They were just putting them up to £8 a packet back end of 2013, 2014, I think, right? I'm going up Rollies, it'll be cheaper, and it was, and I smoked them for years. Then I packed in. About 6 months ago, and I did just shy of 7 weeks. I ended up fucking smoking again, and I bought a packet of cigarettes. I thought, if I buy a packet of tobacco, I'll end up smoking it. I'll just buy 1 packet of cigarettes, I'll smoke a couple, and I'll be alright. Then I thought, well, the price of them now, about £15 a fucking packet in services. Like you robbing bastards. I thought, the price of them now, I'm smoking this packet, but I'll be alright, I won't get addicted. I was hooked, I was on cigarettes. I've smoked cigs for 6 months again. I tried to have a rollie off somebody a few weeks ago. I couldn't smoke it, it was fucking horrible. it's took me nearly 6 months to get back in again. But I'm on it now, I'm on with it. Yeah, what we were on about before, all this, A1 now, the A1 for Wetherby and whatnot, just mindful, there's a truck coming taking me, and the one in front of this one has just put his brakes on, so I've got to back off. This one here, silly. I don't know what his problem is, whether it's really heavy and he's going up a bit of a hill and he's fucking slow. He put his brake lights on before and I don't know why. He's trying to get a good fuel bonus, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, all this was just like 2 lanes, most of it one. Most of it was just 1 lane, but it was like 2 bloody lanes and whatnot, going up past bloody blah-de-blah. Like a 2-lane dual carriageway and whatnot. Coming from the M62 to the A1. And then from the A1 then, the other side of Wetherby, it was all bloody single track and 2-lane dual carriageways all the way up. Now it's just a 3-lane motorway going continuously all the way up to Scotch Corner. Fantastic feat of engineering how they've done it, isn't it? But for 10 years it was a pain in the arse. Yeah, now it's just a 3-lane motorway all the way up to Scotch Corner. You wouldn't know any different now, would you? Well, the infrastructure and the drainage and the digging, what they had to do it was fucking phenomenal. All these walls, what's been banked up and shored up, you know what I mean? I wonder whether them workers ever drive up here and think, I built this, shit up, you know what I mean? Built this, mate. Because they'll have just gone on to the next job, wouldn't they? So I wonder whether they've drove up this road since and thought, I built this. You know what I mean? The old navvies what first built the motorways and stuff. I wonder whether they drove on them in years to come when they retired and thought, I built this. Without me, you wouldn't be travelling on this, do you know what I mean? Or whether they just thought, nah, it's just another bloody job, isn't it? I mean, I delivered parts to a bridge actually, about a few months ago, at John Miller's, up near Carstairs in Scotland. And when that thing's up and running, it's not been in use, that bridge, for over 5 years. The locals, I can't remember the name of the place, I've put a video on about it on here. And the locals have had to divert for miles around because that bridge has been out of action over river. And it's over the River Clyde, which the Clyde's a small river by that time, it's not run out into Big Clyde at Glasgow. And I've said when in next year or something, when it's all up and done, I'll go back and I'll have a look at it. But I play, future generations to come will have no idea who I am or who I was. But in future generations, when I'm long gone, hopefully that fucking bridge will still be standing. I hope that bridge stands for 150 years from now. And I will have played my part in that bridge. So I've put something down in history there what will live on after me. Nobody will ever know that, do you know what I mean? But I delivered so many sections of that bridge. And I'm actually quite proud of that, I am. I'm actually quite proud of that. Well, when you think about it, when I was at John Miller's, even though I didn't like the concrete, I've delivered sections of buildings for apartments and flats and drainage for when they were putting new housing estates in. I've delivered all the drainage chambers to various estates where the sewer men and the ground workers go in and lay all that before the house builders come in and lay the first bricks. So in 100 years' time, when I'm long gone, things that I've delivered will still be there and still be around. Your water running down your gullies in your streets. me. Could have been delivered by me. Again, nobody will frigging know that. Nobody will know who I was in 100 years' time. And I won't be here to tell them. But there you go. It's an evolution, isn't it? Such as life. I can't wait for my sinuses to finally clear with the shit and the guitar what's 35 years of fucking smoking's caused, because one minute my nose is blocked up, the next minute I'll sneeze and I want to blow my nose. You know what I mean? It's fucking weird, it's bizarre. Anyway, let's concentrate on getting this bloody thing thrown in at Wetherby. We'll take 15 minutes to I'll get a Greg's and we'll cut you loose. Because I do want to get on and get this tipped, and then they'll want it reloading for next week somewhere. It's getting a bit windy again now, see? Behind us is just flashing us in. Just have to watch this speed now, because we're still descending, we're dropping down, and it'll half run away with you, this thing. The retarder, or what I like to call the exhaust brake, is pretty shit on these Scandis, to be honest. Coming downhill, it's fucking terrible. It's ideal, this, the retarder on these Scandis, it's ideal for slowing down when you come into roundabouts or come into junctions. You can slow it right down without using the foot brake, and it gives you a better driving score. But when you're on motorway journeys and you're descending downhill, it's as much use as tits on a fish, honestly. It's like a fucking ashtray on a motorbike or a chocolate fire guard. It really is as much use as tits on a fish. Because it just won't hold you back and it just runs away with you. And one thing this truck loves doing downhill is fucking braying on and running away with you. It's hard work to hold back downhill. It's as slow as shit going uphill. I'm now dropping down to 44 miles an hour already trying to get up this hill. There's no grunt in this going uphill. It does get you up, it knuckles down and gets you up eventually, but it won't drag you up with a passion. It just it does its job, it gets you up, it's a good workhorse, but you add that extra few horsepower like a 540. Come on, lad, come on, keep up, come on, let me have it, yeah, come on, lad, come on, get up, we're going. Whereas this thing's just the back marker, like, oh, do I have to? Alright, then I will. You know what I mean? I'm talking shite again, but then you used to be by now, right? It's what we do. It's what I do, lad, what I do, lad, what I do. Yeah, we should be coming up on we should be coming up on Wetherby shortly. Again, from one extreme to other, we've just climbed up that hill as slow as a car to us, and we're now descending, rocketing up. It's a game of cat and mouse all day over with this retarder on this for me. I'm expecting a text message in a bit. They start coming in at Fraggle Rock, our office, or as I like to call it, Fraggle Rock. They come in about 6 o'clock. So I'll get a text message in a bit telling me what I'm doing after I've tipped this load. I'm hoping that they message and say, don't bother going tipping it, they're close today, just run it back to the fucking yard. That'd be the ideal situation. But I have a funny feeling that's not going to happen. I think it's going to want tipped and reloaded out at the same place for next week. Because I'm working next week, I'm working Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. I've only got Christmas Day, Boxing Day off. Which I don't mind, because I'm not really keen on that fucking crimbo limbo period. Get Boxing Day out of the way, I'm happy to go back to work. Like I say, I don't do Christmas, mate, it's a load of bollocks. I don't buy into it, I think it's a load of shite. Fucking wife loves it, you know what I mean, but I can't be arsed with it. I mean, I don't go out drinking anymore like I used to, but when I was a regular boozer, I used to find you'd get a lot of people out over Christmas period, all thinking that it's their local pub, all trying to be the big I am. You didn't fucking see them all year round. They turn out over Christmas, over crimbo limbo period, turn out in pubs with the jumpers on, hey, alright pal, and trying to be the big I am and trying to take over the pub, and you think, hang on, I come in this pub all fucking year round, you never come out. You come out at Christmas, make a fool of yourself, cause a bit of bother, then fucking scurry off again and disappear till next year. Do you know what I mean? And I find a lot of false people that way at Christmas time. I don't believe in it all. I think it's all bullshit. But I've got to make the effort because I'm married. You know what I mean? But when I was on my own, I didn't bother with it all. I just thought it was all fucking shite. Christmas Day, I used to write it off. If I didn't go to my mum's, if my mum was on holiday, my mum used to go away sometimes at Christmas. If my mum was away, I'd just get my shopping in a couple of days before, and I'd just shut myself away at Christmas Day. I wouldn't bother. I'd have gammon, egg and chips for my Christmas dinner, fuck about on YouTube, editing videos that I'd recorded, wake up Boxing Day, everything's back to normal, straight back in pub at dinner time Boxing Day, that was me done. Back at work day after Boxing Day, jobs are good, no bother, no issues, no dramas. But it's each to their own, innit, you know what I mean? Each to their own. Some people love Christmas, I don't. Right, I'm just watching for Wetherby services now, see. That's Wetherby itself, the A168. Somebody told me there's an industrial estate you can park in Wetherby. If you come off here now for Wetherby, I think you turn left and you go in towards Wetherby itself, and there's an industrial estate you can park on down there. I've never been to it, so I don't know where it is. But I know there's a sign there for a weight limit, so I don't think you can turn right, I'm not sure, but if you know, let me know, because I might need it for future reference. Looks like something parked up there. Excuse me, a lay-by, so there is a road as well going that way. Wetherby service is 2 miles. So yeah, getting back to it then, which I went all around my arse and turned into Ebenezer bloody Scrooge saying, "Bar fucking humbug." This will probably be our last video now, certainly for the Christmas period. This might be our last video for 2023, because So I'll not be uploading fuck all now till the new year. So if it is, then all the best, have a good and happy Christmas and all that shit. And I'll speak to you in the new year. Stay safe, be good, be careful. And most of all, enjoy yourselves, do you know what I mean? Life's too short not to. Try and blow my nose before we come off here. "35 years of fucking smoking this. Finally my nasal passages are starting to unclog themselves, but one minute my nose is bunged up, the next thing it's running like a bloody tap and I'm sneezing and snotting and blowing my frigging nose left, right and centre. I think it'll take... I remember it last time when I packed in for 7 weeks, it took a couple of weeks to start clearing. And you know, as soon as I started bloody smoking again the last time, within a day my nose was bunged up and full of shite again like it always had been. Some mirrors! Just going to come off here at Wetherby. That wind's picking up again now, you can feel it gusting like. Oh, a bit of an adverse camber there, and I'm trying to fate on with it. Wind's trying to blow me as well, so I'm trying to steer left and wind's trying to blow. The wind and adverse camber's trying to blow me into the centre of the fucking reservation. And that might be the estate there. There's just a sign there for Thorpe Park something estate, so that might be where that industrial area is. I don't know, but if you know, tell me. Get a good lot of heavy traffic on these roads, and they're always shit coming into services. There's always sinkholes where fucking roads collapsed and that. It's not the best. Right, so do we go right here or do we turn right and then reverse back in? I haven't decided yet. If I can see a clear route going out there, I'll drive straight through it. No, there isn't. Where's this guy going? Right, we can do reverse back at the side of this little car transporter thing, I think. Or do you want a blind side to finish the week off? Come on, let's go round. We'll be fucking about here for ages. Let's go round and try cheeky little blind side reverse. Right, so we'll pick out this one here, we'll pick out this Lords Fisher, blah blah blah. We'll try for this one, I think. We'll blindside him in. Just mindful here because there's a car transporter with a thingy stuck right out on it, so just half line him up right here. There we go. Hopefully I don't mess this up. So, start turning him now, start turning him now, start turning him now, bit more angle on. Gentle, taking him back off, just mindful where I'm coming to there. Mindful now there's something in my wing mirrors coming behind me. Bit more turn on him now, straighten him up, following him round now, following him round. Just trying to get out my seat. There's always an impatient bastard what's missed the turning for where they need to be. They're coming round in a car full of suitcases. Bit more turn on now. I could see headlights, but I didn't know what it was or where it was coming from. It turns out it was a car lost in services with suitcases on. So that's kind of put me off. I'm kind of out of kilter now. We're going to need a shunt to get in. And I'm just mindful where my unit's going to be kicking into this unit at the side of me. So I'm going to need a shunt there. It's knocked me out of kilter as that completely. Just watch where it's coming round. We've got room. Yeah, I'm completely out of this bay now. I'm completely out of sync with bay. I'm nowhere near it. So it's fine, it's alright. I want to get right outside of him, but I can't. No. Because that car's knocked me out. So what we'll do a shunt. And I think we're going to be in a bay here all on our own. I've actually come into a bay without realising it. I couldn't see marked lines on it for what bloody bay is, but yeah. We've ended up next door but one to truck I wanted. I wanted to get right outside of it, but we've ended up next door but one to it instead. But hey, I'll take that. That'll do for me. That's no bother. Yeah, I'll just show you where we've ended up. Because of that car coming, and it kind of put me off, I've ended up next door but one to bloody truck I wanted, but hey, there you go. Right, I have been your old mate Borothea. Once again, you, my friend, have been beautiful. Christ, we've done an hour and odd. But for now, I'm out of here. This is where we've ended up, my big face. Hold on. Can't zoom out. Why can't you bloody zoom out? It won't work. Anyway, this is where we've ended up. We've ended up next door but one. I wanted right in at side of him, but we've ended up dropping lucky. We're next door but one, but there you go. Right, have a good